I remember after our first exhibition game, you would walk up the rack steps and alums and friends would always be, they would be on the concourse. Darius talked to everybody. And he was like the president. I mean, he shook every hand, kissed every baby. I mean, I'll never forget that. But that was a lesson. It's something that I appreciated, seeing that. Because that was something that, you should do. And I continue to do that to this day.
If you're a God-bearing man, you always believe that the world is going to get better. And you're optimistic about it, although you have to be realistic at the moment. Because my players have to know that there is a perception of them. My team is majority Black. And they have to know what is the perception of someone who might not even know them. But when they see us walk in the gym, they have to be aware of how they act. They have to be aware of how people are viewing them. You don't want to do anything to cause attention. And maybe that's because of years of seeing so much racism around you. You feel as though it'll naturally come to you if you get out of hand or if you do something that you shouldn't do. I'm not implying that you're walking on eggs or anything of that nature, but you always want to carry yourself with your shoulders high, your head high. When you speak with people, you want to look them in the eye. When you handshake with someone, you want to make sure that you give them a firm handshake. These are little things that words are not needed to explain, but they are important things that builds the way a person perceives you. That's very important, whether you want to admit it or not. Because the way a person perceives you will be the way they treat you. And if they perceive you to be less of I don't want to say a man, but less of a human, unfortunately, that's how they're probably going to tend to think of you and treat you. And it's very important that the players understand that.
I remember when we played in the Martin Luther King game.
Mm-hmm.
What, 2 years ago, Aaron? You were a sophomore? We played in that game. I'll never forget. We started slow, and we ended up coming back. It was a competitive game. And my son was on the team at the time. And at the last play of the half, he does a up and under move over Tajay. You remember Tajay? Big Tajay plays at Rutgers football. And he scores. And he starts yapping at him to the point where it almost looks like they're about to fight. But nothing happened. They just went about their way. I get a call from the video photographer who was at the game, who said there was like 3 coaches that came up to him and said they really liked how they play, but they wanted to know how his attitude was as a player because of what they saw him do on that one play.
Yep. You're right.
That's the call I got. So if you think nobody's watching, if you think you're just getting away, trust me, I tell you, everybody's watching.
Correct. Whenever you think nobody's watching, everybody is watching. Those are facts, gentlemen. Those are facts. Okay, so we want you to become the best you can be as a player, but we want you to become the best that you can be as a person. As a person. Especially when you're this color. And you have to do things a little bit better, stronger, faster, at a higher pace. That's just the way life is, whether you believe it or not. Those are facts. Facts.